friends of all sizes. Welcome back. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be able to talk with all of you. Now, for those who are joining us after some time, after the events in the Feywilds, in which Zabilna basically went, fine, you get to be Zabilna. I don't want it anymore. Have fun.
Have fun.
BB, now the new Zabilna, basically went with you back to the Witchlight Carnival and did their best to help everyone get back to where it is they needed to be going. All of you.
We also found out the rubber chicken can be used as a megaphone.
Jimmy also found out when everyone was being particularly loud and chaotic that upon using the rubber chicken, whoever is holding it can also have their voice amplified multiple times.
Chicken. Yeah, I wasn't even there for that one. I'm kind of upset I wasn't present for that discovery.
But afterwards, you all were gathered onto the ship, and the pink mist gathered, and it was back in the water. Instead of continuing in the direction that it was supposed to go, the captain's like, fuck this noise, we're going home. So back through the Sea of Swords it goes, and you are all sailing. Did I have a map of that area? I did not. I shall have to fix this.
7, are you recording?
Yes.
Cool, thank you.
We ball.
There's quite a bit of downtime in the interim. Folks decided to lock themselves away to study or to focus on themselves since there was a lot of quiet time. Everyone on the ship is particularly grateful that you all did whatever the fuck it is you did. And they know that you guys did something because you appeared with the new Zabilna. And so they don't ask you for assistance or anything. You're just there to enjoy the trip. During that time, Art decided to take inventory of Duke. In which point he found out that Duke has been a naughty boy and been snacking. Case in point, they found a large pot that had one of Mr. Bodger's badgers inside of it.
Whose name is Bob.
He's a builder.
I love that.
Yeah, he's my builder now. I stole it.
He also apparently went through some of Zabilna's closets because he also found a magic mirror that technically it doesn't speak, but it does communicate with backwards writing. They also found out that it can do quite a lot of interesting things with reflected surfaces, like travel to them, or, change the background.
Or create entirely fictitious ones.
Like I said, change the background. Yeah. In any case.
We still need to give them a name.
We still need to name the mirror. Because I refuse to just call them mirror. It feels derogatory.
Yeah.
Holmina found out that Sparky had told She Who Wanders that A, Holmina is a warlock, and B, who her patron is.
Holmina also Eldritch blasted his ass out the window.
Twice.
Yes.
Twice.
Sparky, in which case, altered his form to that dolphin and decided to stay out in the water for a bit.
Probably for the best. He would have been eaten by the dragon.
He almost got eaten by something else, but we'll get there.
Sorry, after a little bit, he did come back in.
Yes, after a bit, he did come back in. Not wanting to deal with any of this, especially since Art also found several bags of holding and a haversack, 3 of which were trapped, and so they decided to just puncture them immediately. One of them was full of knives. that was that was an adventure. In any case,
I wonder why.
There were so many knives.
he also asked Duke to spit up everything.
Oh.
So the room was a mess.
It was
Um,
almost full.
Yes.
It was a problem.
Um,
Duke has a lot of shit in him right now.
Duke
and I
is a
think he's gonna
hoarder,
sell it.
let's admit it.
It's
But
real.
not wanting to
Maniac
deal with
problem.
any of this, Maya decided, you know what, I'm gonna hang out on the top side of the ship, and I'm just gonna reflect on things. They found out that their glaive apparently speaks in giant.
Jimmy
Mm.
thought it was cool.
They initially found this out when, while standing on the prow of the ship, the glaive started singing in her head. And to anyone who knows the song, because it became viral for a bit, it was essentially in the Norse language, my mother told me, someday you will buy galley full of oars, sail to distant shores. You know that one?
Yeah.
Mm,
That one.
mm.
So Maya decided to sing along, not really paying attention to much anything else and just kind of vibing with the music. Maya was slowly growing. And then someone's like, hey, is something wrong? You're kind of like a giant. At which point they're like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? Sorry about that. Shrinks back down.
I do that.
Why am I big? Why am I big?
A little bit after that, and after checking up on everyone and seeing the large clutter that was the room and going, nope, not dealing with this, they went back to the top side of the ship, to the deck. I keep on forgetting the word, deck. At which point, a couple of voices off the side of the ship were calling out to her. Hey, you sing great. Why don't you come down and join us for a song? It was a couple of people in the water. Maya didn't recognize the bodies in the water.
Uh-oh.
They did recognize that they were fish people of some kind. Maya's like, nah, this doesn't feel right. No, thank you. Some of the crew saw what was going on because they thought it was really weird that Maya was actually talking out over the side of the ship. Saw what she was talking to, and instead of making a lot of noise, spread word through the rest of the crew. Oh shit, we got sirens, and everyone decided to put on earplugs and grab their weapons. The sirens eventually started singing. Everyone who was here failed their will save.
Yep.
That is
And
Uh,
immediately started to try to figure out the best way to go to the source of the singing.
Fortunately, I ate shit twice
Oh.
because the room was a mess.
Yep.
Huh.
And also, fortunately, the rest of the crew was ready for this, didn't hear the singing, but they did see that Maya was acting a little oddly, so they decided to act and immediately opened fire. Blood was in the water, the singing stopped, and the sirens were nowhere to be seen. Hopefully dead. Hopefully.
Why is it that I sleep? I go to sleep early one time, and all hell, like the group almost dies. How is that possible?
The group didn't
know the
almost
feeling.
die.
Uh-huh.
They could have handled it.
Yeah, that sounds about right
Say
to me.
that, but they all failed the same.
We got better.
Meanwhile, Ozzy was in there, in some kind of private quarters, reading books and apparently having like music playing in their ears or something, just like a typical college student.
has one
Uh,
though.
But yeah, I'm not gonna make excuses for everyone else. It's just that for whatever reason, you either did hear it and were only affected very shortly, or you didn't hear it. But the ship's still in the water, and we're on to the next day. So, with that out of the way, Before dealing with the haversack, I'm going to say that Jimmy and Art decided to clean up a bit.
Duke picked everything back up.
You did check 3 more bags of holding, but yeah, there's that. I will say that Duke did clean up before you were able to catalog everything that he spat out.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of random shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't wait to use my top shelf rolls now and just be like, huh, I wonder if I have this in the bag.
Are you going to be using the bag instead of Duke?
I'm gonna use both. Duke for the larger items, because, you know, bags do have a limit to what can go in them.
You can only have one
Speaking of
storefront.
Yeah, I can only have the one storefront, but Duke has 2 inventories. He's got the storefront and just regular storage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Speaking of items, however, hey,
Mhm.
hey, Bird,
Ah,
I have a present for you.
present for me?
Don't tell Homina I gave you these. And Art just kind of slides the fucking religious sigils across the table. All shady like.
Bip is over here, like all sparkly eyed and happy.
How many were there again, Karma?
2.
2.
2.
Good boy.
So, Bip, do you remember how many you have at the moment?
I recall 3, but I'm not Bird.
No,
I
it's
remember
more
3
than
as well.
It's more than 3. It's like 5 or 6.
I think it was like 5. I don't
I
remember.
might have marked it down on your sheet. Give me a moment.
Hang on, I actually genuinely don't remember.
Yeah, 4 holy symbols. I'm sorry. So now you have 6.
Fantastic.
So, one of the holy symbols looks like. Do you know what a cornucopia is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a symbol of a cornucopia that's spilling out with a bunch of fruit and foods.
Ooh. Thank you, Art. I truly appreciate that comment.
And the last one looks like a tree. I'm fairly certain it's a tree. One moment. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't a tree. It looks like an open scroll. I'm sorry, I got mixed up. So, if you would like, I'll give you advantage on a religious check to figure out who the fuck they are.
Fine fucking there's a wizard.
Ozzy the paranoid caster.
Okay, so that's a 20. So, the first one is Yondala, the head of the halfling pantheon. Um, she is known for family, as well as generosity. All around nice person. She has a heavy focus on community, for the most part. Um, the other one is Ogma, a god of knowledge, and technically also a god of magic. Do you immediately slot them onto your shield?
Yes.
So-
No one will know if they're already in the shield. They can't stop me.
For me?
So you slot them into the shield. They just go. They snap in and then just kind of like look seamless, just like the other ones, as if they were all they were made for that spot. And as it does, the shield
Remind me, the symbols go on the inside of the shield, right?
inside of the shield.
Unless you are standing behind my shield, Viral, you can't see shit.
The floating shield,
Floating
yeah.
shield. You can't
shield
see
that
shit. It's not
floats.
real. You're not real.
They'll be able to see that they exist, but nobody will know where they came from, and that is the win here. That is
That's
the.
Bip is not obligated to tell anyone anything.
Okay. All right. All right. So, what happens is the outer rim of the shield starts to spin,
Oh,
and the entire thing glows.
well, no one knew. They certainly don't now.
As it does, it seems to shrink.
Oh,
Oh,
buckler.
Oh,
Down to the size of a small buckler.
Yo.
shield is no longer the size of Bip.
Do you wish for me to change?
No, this is
Got
fine.
a shield shifter.
Your shield has now gained the ability to alter its form.
We love to see it.
As a bonus action, you can activate the form change, and it can go from small buckler to the shield the size of Bip to one more form. That Bip has no idea what it is until they actually use it.
That's a weird adventure.
I mean, it's basically like someone turned on a light inside of the room.
so similar to when Sparky's flashbang, but Maya.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's noticeable.
So is it reasonable to say, like, door slowly opens?
What?
Yeah, you would have seen the light from under the door. It's like slowly open the
So
door,
it's
look
literally
in.
the case of
Are you?
like
Hey, are you guys okay?
Hi.
I bet.
Greetings.
I see your shield changed.
Mm-hmm.
where is everybody currently?
I'm
name is
sitting
below
with
deck.
Bip, just kind of like, huh?
Wilmina's
Okay.
anywhere else so she doesn't have a panic attack.
Well, Mina's below deck trying not to have a fucking stroke because of the fucking lizard.
Because
Yeah,
of
that's fair.
Sparky.
All right, it's a new day.
It's
Lunchbox.
still. It,
Lunchbox.
oh.
Lunchbox!
Called the box lunch.
Okay.
You hear
Um,
a roar below deck, as well as a loud crashing sound.
There it is. I was going to. Everything good in here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everything
Yeah.
is fine. I don't.
Good. I just
Oh.
saw a light under the door. I thought it'd be worth checking.
I mean, the radiance that is me always gives off a glow.
CeeLo, I will say that considering all of this has been downtime, if you wanted to, you could have very easily copied all of those spells from the spell book into your own spell book. So you will now be able to utilize them. Feel free to deduct the gold pieces required.
Oh, should we mention about the two folks that we found in Duke? Or
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we might
So,
have some stowaways.
So, Richard, you walk in,
Yeah.
you take a look around, you see the small shield. In the corner, you see a tall, full body mirror,
I see.
and reflected in it is Art looking at you and waving.
Is
Even
Art
though the
waving at me
regular
right
Art
now?
Is also looking at you, but not waving.
Say again?
Okay. Okay.
Typical day.
Rich kind of waves at the shield.
No,
Not the
not
shield,
you.
the mirror.
Shield.
The mirror.
The
I meant to say
mirror is
mirror.
waving
I'm
at
used.
you.
I'm used to the shield being conscious. Sorry, the mirror is new. How'd you get here?
Duke.
Duke.
Points
Okay.
at Duke.
Of course it was Duke. Of course it was Duke. Say again.
Do you mind if I do something?
Go ahead.
On this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
From below deck, the rumbling and the loud sounds, crashing get louder as a
Oh, no.
stomping is heard coming up from below deck. The
Oh.
door
Oh.
slams open. Holmina's carrying a lunchbox. Where is Jimmy?
Uh-oh.
Art
Sparky
falls
looks up-
backwards in his chair.
I was gonna check on you.
Sparky looks up from around Jimmy's neck, and flies out the porthole.
Get back here, you damn lizard!
Actually, can I say Jimmy actually shut that
Oh.
before?
So flies towards the porthole and just goes splat.
Holmina's face is twitching, but seeing as Sparky just slaps against the porthole, she kind of relaxes a bit. This is getting out of hand. And then she sees the mirror.
Now there's two of us.
There's already enough headaches. On
I
this
mean, to be
ship.
Don't
fair,
worry, that one
Yeah.
can't talk.
and they can
Thank-
change their looks as well.
Think no.
They're actually kind of nice. They're actually really nice and such.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Incredibly helpful.
fair enough.
Due to all the noise, a large pot that was beside one of the beds, like, rolls a bit, and then a badger head pops out from it.
Oh, hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Is it time to eat?
Probably.
Where did one of?
I don't eat.
Duke.
Of course it was Duke.
Duke ate so much. Oh, speaking of which, is Ozzy in the room right now?
He's in their study area.
Okay, Ozzy is not.
Hey,
in
homie,
the
can I
room
borrow
yet.
one of those lunch boxes for a moment?
From the stomping around that had happened earlier, you just kind of hear Ozzy from down the hall go, "What's going on out there?" In a
Come
very muffled
here!
tone.
Nothing, just a lizard is about to die.
Again.
Again!
Before
Also,
we
what
go
you
to
think?
the murdering and slashing and spewing gore about the cabin, here, catch, and Art just throws one of the bags of holding to Olmina.
She
She
doesn't expect it.
catch.
Gets bonked on the head. She just looks at it as it thumps to the ground. A bag of holding.
He's gonna calmly.
And
pick it
it's not got a man inside of it. It's
Good.
safe.
She seems to blink. I thought that was only a legend, and she reaches down to grab the
No,
bag.
Richard reached down to pick it up because he was right
He
next to
he was holding it out for her.
Oh.
Do you not remember the case of that, like,
In the welcome in.
yeah, the welcome
Yes.
incident?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I
there were
What's
two infected
this?
bags, unfortunately, but
What's
not
this
all
about
of them were.
killing and bloodshed and claws?
We're
I
not-
think I'll go back to sleep now.
Just go
That's-
to sleep. Go to
You
sleep,
can
bud.
take a
Rest
nap.
Don't
well,
worry.
We'll
Bob.
wake you up
Sorry
when it's
about
time to
that.
eat.
The badger just kind of like goes back into its pot to hide. The outside
She
world
sighs
is
and
scary.
seems
The
to
outside
just
world is
calm
scary.
down
The
again.
outside world is scary.
So I grab the bag of holding.
Mhm.
She looks to it, traps it to her belt. I'd assume that's okay.
That's fine.
So the one of magical ingredients is going to Ozzy, which is why I'm trying to call Ozzy into here. That was the biscuit bag. That was the biscuit bag.
Olmina,
Yes.
did you look in your lunchbox?
No, she just stormed up. She still has it in her other hand.
Mhm.
She looks down to it. I probably should open this damn thing, shouldn't I?
Probably.
She rolls her eyes, places it to the counter, and just clicks it open. Right in front of
Inside.
everybody.
Inside are 3 rolled scrolls
Oh.
Oh,
alongside
that's not food.
alongside a ruby,
Excuse you?
a bone that looks like it could be chewed on for a good while, like one of those really nice succulent ones,
Yeah.
and a goblet.
Wait,
Spellcasting supplies.
I heard and a goblin. Sorry. could you
Goblet.
repeat? Goblet.
Goblet.
Okay, that makes much
Drink-
more sense. I heard
Okay.
and a goblin, and I'm like, what? There
Can
was a
I-
whole ass dude in there?
Can I identify what the scrolls are?
If you need a hand, I can
I mean,
assist in
they're
that
paper.
task.
They're
They're just
scrolls.
paper? It's
They're
just
letters.
paper scrolls.
Yeah.
We're just empty.
Okay.
They're, well, I mean, she hasn't opened them. They're rolled up.
I'll open one of them.
Okay. Let me just
Just
grab
random.
Oh, good. So you open the first one, and it's the familiar scrawl of your of the one you have made a pact with.
Oh
Null.
god. Okay.
In it, she finally left. I am at peace
She
so long as I continue making these. Unfortunately, I'm not alone.
What?
Families come by,
Oh no.
Oh no.
enclosed as a gift from them.
Oh god. Family for them is bad. That's bad. That's bad.
Which one would you like to open next?
Oh god.
She's not even hiding as she's looking at these, right?
No, she's opening them right out in the open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay,
Everybody
cool. I
can
just
see
wanted to
it.
make sure. Cool.
I'm gonna open the bottommost scroll.
Okay. To my dearest paladin.
Okay, she immediately shuts that.
What?
She seems
know-
a little nervous after that one.
I'm not gonna question that. You didn't seem very happy about that one.
You okay?
She looks to the other two, to everybody else wide-eyed before taking the other scroll, and putting it into the bag of holding with the first, with the one that she
Wait,
shut
wait,
early.
there's like limes and biscuits in there. Oh,
I mean,
It
they don't.
will
thought-
not be contaminated. It'll be fine.
Do you open the last one?
the biscuit.
I'm gonna crack it open just to read the first couple sentences, or read the first initial bit.
In very fine, almost golden writing. Dear
Oh,
Holmina,
uh, why are you doing
slowly
this to
crack
me, Joe?
open. Slowly crack open a little more.
Yeah, a little more, just a little.
Thank you for looking after one of my own.
She seems to relax a little bit at this, before sighing and shutting the scroll. I will be reading these in private later.
That's fair.
Okay.
Who is the one of their own? There's so many questions.
Were you
Art's in
staring
Did-
over her
soap
did
shoulder?
opera
Jimmy
mode.
get
Oh,
her-
100%. Art is just staring.
No,
over
Richard
this
just said
whole
that.
thing.
Kara, did
What did-
Jimmy get her lunchbox?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Jimmy's gonna open up her lunchbox just to see what's in it.
Roll 20 would be better, CeeLo. Inside your lunchbox is a small little note. Left your friend's patron behind. They're having a tea party with family. Everything seems to be going swimmingly, so I decided to leave them be. I'm going to be traveling around some more. Look forward to some souvenirs. Sincerely,
Oh.
she who wanders.
Joe. Joe,
Yes.
why did you do this to me? Why do you like this?
Because
Also, Jimmy is like down, like just reading this out in the open, so people can just look over her shoulder pretty easily. Or no?
Art is over by Helmina, too transfixed by
It's looking
the
at-
funny,
looking
because
at
now
you.
he's curious as to who this one of their own is.
Duke skitters over to Art, opens his maw, and spits out a lunchbox right at his feet. It's one of Jimmy's.
Oh, for
You
me?
ate one of Jimmy's lunchboxes?
Well, Art picks it up and cracks it open.
It's empty.
Did Duke just rob Jimmy?
It's an empty box! Just what I
It
wanted!
tell me that Duke has like a mentality of a kleptomaniac. He would collect everything.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a lunchbox. There's nothing in it.
Why the hell are you guys so loud?
Because it's funny.
Hiya.
I don't try to be.
Can I like hide the scroll and try to read the second one more privatized and just send me a DM? that
You
goes,
will have to roll stealth.
Hold on, let me grab my sheet because
Which
Art
is
being the
my
nosy bastard he is
worst.
gonna roll roll
You can either roll
perception.
stealth or sleight of hand, whichever is better.
Well, to be fair, it's the same because I've got the elven cloak that allows me to not have disadvantage on my stealths.
Can you beat a 28?
We'll see, I guess.
What?
So, Ozzy says they were called out here for what reason? What's going on? Because, they earlier said, what's going on out there? And then someone said to come out here.
Yes. So Art, hearing this, puts down the empty lunchbox and just goes, "Here, catch," and throws another bag of holding directly at Ozzy.
13.
So you pull it out and you think you're being stealthy about it, but you are in the room with someone who's able to, for lack of a better term, smell an ant fart. So the real question is, does Richard know Draconic?
Oh,
That's good.
I don't
point.
believe so.
Okay. That reminds me.
Oh,
Does
I didn't mean to hit it. I just wanted to
does
check. No, you don't.
does Art know Draconic?
No. That is
Okay, so
not
you
one of my
honestly would not have
languages.
known what was written on that scroll.
I see.
I should have stated that all of these are
Yeah,
written in
that's
Draconic.
Because I have
Oh.
Orc, Elven, Dwarven, and Common.
I guess then
So-
I don't have to be super secretive about it to begin with. Then if that's the
No,
case.
not
The
even
only one
slightly.
to be concerned is Jimmy, really, because Jimmy can read all
So
languages.
Oh, good.
also
Yeah,
knows
Eyes the
Draconic.
Runekeeper. Lovely.
so Art, you throw the bag of holding at Ozzy, and Ozzy, it's basically like heads up, heads what? Oof! Gets smacked in the face with it.
0 for 2 on the catches today. My
Picks
God.
up the bag to hold it
In
out to
Holmina's
Ozzy.
case, she just didn't even try to catch it for the most part. She just took it on the face.
Can I
Uh,
see if Jimmy can see
Yeah,
it?
sure.
Perception?
It was a
Perception.
really bad
You have to
sneak,
beat a
so you
13.
probably yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy just fucking sees it.
It's not popping up for me for some reason. Oh, there it is.
I got a 19.
There it is. Does Twig want to see?
I have learned that my B and N keys have stopped working on my keyboard. This is an unfortunate circumstance.
the B and the
Uh-oh.
N keys. Oh no. No beans. It's just an
So, Richard reaches down to the bag of holding that smacked Ozzy in the face, picks it up, and holds it out to him.
Yep.
But, Bip, do you want to see if you can see the secret scroll?
A little peek never hurt nobody.
Say that again.
A little peek never hurt nobody.
Perception, please.
I
You do
just
not
handed
see
it out to people,
I've
man.
received nothing. I was more interested with Jimmy.
Yep.
Right now, my character's too focused on the scroll itself and doesn't notice.
So is this the
Jimmy.
one from Bahamut or the one from?
Of course.
Not Bahamut.
Gotcha.
Remember, she's the opposite of Bahamut.
Yeah. So the one from
She
his
worships
sister.
the sister. She worships the sister.
Yep.
Let's
My
see the
dearest
one from Bahamut.
paladin.
Sorry, I didn't realize the other one was. So there's one from the sister and one from Bahamut. Then
Mm-hmm.
okay, the one from Bahamut then is going to be the one that she reads first. The other one, the one from her like
So-
the god she worships in secret is.
Yeah.
gonna be
So
the other.
the one from Bahamut is the one with the with the golden scroll.
Yeah, okay, that would be
That
it then.
read, "Dearest Holmina, thank you for looking after one of my own." I'm saying this out loud because Jimmy sees it. So
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
the
go ahead.
the young one sadly has a powerful destiny they must follow, and I am glad that you are assisting them, even if it's unknowingly. Please continue to watch after Bip. And know that I understand. And for my own failings, I am sorry.
She seems to click her tongue.
Out of character reaction. What the fuck?
Her original god was Helm, so having Bahamut apologize to her is like it still hits because they're akin in a way. They're very similar in terms of what they stand for.
Hmm.
So she's just kind of staring at the scroll for a while before scrolling it up silently. She looks over to Bip before turning back away and then looking to the bag that held her final scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And then she walks off. She's going to leave the room.
Fair enough.
She's going to read the other one in private, like out of sight, out of mind, away from everybody.
Were they both in Draconic or just the one?
They were all in Draconic.
All three. They're all Draconic gods.
Gosh.
They're all siblings.
Yeah.
Jimmy was able to pick up on like. Luckily, Jimmy has the mask on, but she does have a very concerned,
Mm-hmm.
like, body language to her.
Well, y'all were doing that.
I wonder why.
Art, Rich, and Ozzy were just in the corner like, hey, component bag, component bag, component bag. Yippee!
Oh,
But it's a component bag of holding.
oh, Art.
Yeah.
Have you looked into the big one?
No, I have not looked in the one that I'm keeping.
Can we do that? Can we do that?
What is in my bag?
Come on, let's.
If you all start looking in there again, I'm going back to the top.
Hey, it's fine. It's not Duke's inventory.
care,
It's
man.
the bag's inventory. It's different. I swear.
How is it different? There's going to be a shit ton of random things in there.
There
There's
won't
going to
be a living being inside of it, let alone two.
I'm too tired for this.
Art opens the bag and just starts rummaging about.
As you do, all of a sudden, you just hear bells and shouts of orders and even worry coming from topside.
That does...
I'll check that out.
I'll go along with you.
Yeah, good call.
Should I finish looking in the bag?
You know when I'm in 5 check the last roll.
Yes, of course.
Sorry, I just want to.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
That is the one that I'm most interested in.
Actually, can I send Duke with the other two to like run back as like a sort of alarm should we need to like get on deck ASAP
What do you mean? You want to send them with
with
Richard
Rich,
and Maya?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
you can.
if anything happens, Duke just runs back and slams into the door really hard to tell us we need to go up top.
Yeah, you can.
Sparky, can you also join them?
Sparky peels their claw from the porthole and gives a thumbs up before pushing themselves off of the glass.
Also,
With the
I did want to ask. What's
yes.
my mage hunter?
So
With my
your
back?
mage hunter is literally attached to a line to the back of the ship and is kind of floating behind it.
I'm okay with this. I'm completely okay with this. That's hilarious.
Yes, and Art's gonna, now that he's covered his I'm being cautious and will be ready to go as soon as I need to be, is going to continue looking in the bag. I want to know what is in the bag because I didn't look. Oh, somebody died.
Who died? It was a CeeLo that died for a moment there.
What was the name of the pack again, by the way, Karma?
Haversack.
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 Haversack. What is the contents that I can discover?
I will send it to you.
Oh no. Because I'm writing haversack down so that I stop calling it a traveler's bag of holding.
Honestly, that's probably what it should have been named from the start. Just putting that out there. I've got one of those too.
I mean, they're not the same. They're just very similar, from my understanding at least. Because I mean, technically, every bag of holding is a traveler's bag of holding because they belong to a traveler. This is like a backpack.
We can call them traveler bags of holding if we like get designs of the traveler on the bag.
Traveler a deity? Am I dumb?
Lesser deity, I think. Lesser idol.
I see.
Oh, you sent it to me in DMs. Even better.
Okay. Sorry, I had to focus on that. I really hope I captured her well. I really do.
Ooh.
I really hope I captured her well. Now then.
I love that.
I'm curious.
So, to Rich and Maya and Duke, who goes up to the deck, you see a flurry of activity. People running left and right, and a couple of people who are on some of the what do you call those nets that they climb? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what
The
you're
rigging.
talking about, yeah.
The rigging, yeah. Oh wait, Ozzy is casting gravity in the water? Did Ozzy also go up to the deck?
He might have done that from the portal.
Ozzy might have, yeah.
Oh, he's also going up to the deck. Okay. I'm gonna ask you to hold off on that really quick as I set the scene, and then you can tell me whether or not Ozzy still does the thing.
God damn, Joe. God damn.
Did I capture her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did. That's why I'm like, god damn. That is going to fuck with Holmina bad.
Oh.
Curious.
Oh boy, did it happen? Have you turned? Not yet. We'll get you there eventually.
So-
it'll happen.
So, You see some on the rigging pointing off in a direction off the starboard side, and as you look, you just see something large in the distance, growing larger as it makes its way towards the ship. You're not sure what it is, but you can hear the captain screaming at people to get them out of its way.
Duke, go down.
Duke just scrambles down and then immediately rams right into the door.
Yep, and while Duke is doing that, no one has any idea what this is, right? And that's what they're basically screaming.
Neither of you guys know what this is.
What about Sparky?
Sparky is basically wrapped around Richard's neck, much in the way that he does for Jimmy, and is looking out at it. Is big.
You speak.
So it seems. I'm assuming the captain is going around yelling orders at people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sela wants to know about their school manual stuff.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna do a quick
see them
roll.
yet.
Monster manual, that's what it was called.
Let's see. I'm going to check to see if your school monster manual would have any record of this.
Yeah, because
It
I don't think
might.
we're seeing its form
My
yet.
desk's so hard for that.
Like, you don't really see what it is. You just kind of see something large and round in the distance, gradually getting larger. You don't see any kind of major, like, telling points on it to identify it yet.
I'm gonna take to the crow's nest, see if I can get a better eye on it, and if nothing else, be ready.
Okay.
I'll
And
go
that-
around.
I said that both in and out of character because, yeah, no.
Mhm.
He's going to alert the group and Captain on that, and then make his way up the rigging.
Sparky sticks with you and says, I'll tell Jimmy as soon as we know what it is.
Cool.
Oh wait, no, that's not the right kind of D20. That's a spin down die. Fuck you, Magic the Gathering.
What? What did Magic the Gathering do?
I have too many spin down die.
What are spin down die? I feel
They're D20s that are numbered in a way to make it easier to count for life.
Yeah. They're not balanced for proper rolling, they're balanced for being able to just move one at a time.
Gotcha.
There we go. This is the proper D20.
Thank you, Sela.
Interesting. Okay.
I am collecting the party pets.
You got Sparky. I mean, I've got 3 now.
I
have
commanded
3.
Duke. I have
I'm
none.
just imagining instead of climbing the crow's nest, you basically go up the line that has the mage hunter, and you're standing on top of that.
Wait. Is the mage hunter doing anything?
The mage hunter isn't reacting to this.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
vibing.
That's a good thing to know, because I can see that.
So you climb the crow's nest. There's already someone there, and they kind of like look at you. What are you doing up here?
Keeping an eye out, and if it comes to a fight or anything like that, I'm better up here than down there.
We're gonna need all the luck we can. We're trying to get out of the thing's way.
Yep.
What is it? I know I
Never
can't
thought we'd
ask
experience the Wandering Isle out here.
The what?
Wandering Isle.
Oh.
Is it a turtle? Are we seeing a turtle?
Wandering Isle, like a island that's moving?
It's a
I'm just thinking
creature,
Pandaria right now.
It's
that
a creature.
Gravity Falls episode.
very large. It keeps part of itself above water to the point that it's literally a moving island. Things live on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to tiny creatures like us, we are simply just,
In the way.
yeah. The ship wasn't made to move this fast. I don't think we'll be able to get out of its way in time.
So we either need to be out of the way of damage or something else.
What's that? He pulls out his spyglass and is looking right at the thing.
What do you see? And Richard's just going to take a look. I love having 21 passive perception.
All right. As you squint and look, like I just imagine Richard like holding his hands up as if he's holding like a
fake
fucking
binoculars.
fake binoculars.
Yeah, it's the mental image I have.
I'm actually gonna ask you to roll just to see if you can actually make it out.
Of course.
Okay. Only thing you're
You have a
able to
bonus of
see
11.
is shapes on
Okay.
the island as it's getting closer. The crewmate that's there with you pulls out a sending stone. Captain, the natives of the Wandering Isle, it almost looks like they're steering it right at us. I don't think we'll be able to escape this one, Captain.
Ah, fuck.
They're what?
Captain, they're flying colors! And as he says this, Richard, you're actually able to see what appears to be a mast and a banner flapping in the wind.
What color is the flag?
Black.
Is there a Jolly Roger on it that I can make out?
I mean, it looks like there is.
Wonderful. How's the crewmate reacting, if they're still looking?
Wait.
The crewmate's basically cursing and looking like he's about to like leap down.
Yep. Okay. Sparky can mental link with Jimmy, right, and relay the messages so
Yes.
that the group is ready, right? Cool. Good. Good. Just wanted to check that.
Had a dumb idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Moving Isle, yeah?
The Wandering Isle, yes.
Wandering Isle. Does it classify as viable terrain?
That is a good question.
This is
It
very
can.
important because my spellcasting requires terrain. The ship
It
doesn't
can.
count,
It
but
can.
the Isle does.
It might. You'll have to find out.
I'll have to
That
fucking
requires
close
it
enough,
being
yeah.
within range, though, and if it's within 60 feet, we're getting screwed within 6 seconds.
Oh yeah.
So, Richard, are ya gonna see Sparky too?
Sparky, relay what I was just told to Jimmy.
Sparky nods and connects to Jimmy. Jimmy, in your head, you just hear the big thing is a moving island monster thing, and there are pirates.
Oh. Jimmy
Zilla
just
wants to know if
says
it's
that
slow to
out
be
loud.
considered.
Jimmy just fucking screams, "Oh, great!" out loud.
What? Huh? What?
We have a moving island, actual wandering island outside with pirates on it.
Oh. Art, not knowing how to respond to this information at all, just grabs a random thing out of the bag and just pulls. Just like, maybe this will be a surprise tool to help me now.
So
He just pulls
that's what's
something.
flying on the Jolly Roger.
That's a pretty cool Jolly Roger.
God damn
Just
it.
so you know, Viral.
God damn it. Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of that for now.
Oh, I'll share it.
There it is.
But
Below deck.
you reach into the haversack. I need something to help me now. And what you pull out is a walking stick,
Oh,
a cane.
it's a cane.
Yes.
I'm
Black lacquer, smooth, tipped. Looks like it's the metal bits are bronze, brass, brass.
Just because I want to check something. Art grabs the base of it and the head and tries to twist gently but firmly.
You hear a click as it shifts, and the bottom of it, from the bottom of it, pops out a blade.
Cane sword.
sword. Okay.
I was right.
I'm gonna tell Homina what's happening right now. And such. Jimmy goes running out of the room and goes over to Homina as fast as she can.
Art
I'd
throws the
assume
bag
door to
over
her
his
quarters is
shoulder and
shut.
follows.
Yeah, it's about 1,000 yards out.
Okay. So we have maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In character.
Jimmy's gonna, if the door's closed, Jimmy's gonna knock at Homina's door, going, Homina!
Homina.
Hello?
Homina.
Hello?
Homina.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing this. Nope, bad.
Homina, wake
They're getting another-
up.
they're
I
getting
don't
another-
like this.
She is inside, and you can hear a low, deep growl. Go away.
Homina, we got a situation up top.
And why does that it have to involve me?
'Cause it involves pirates.
You can deal with them.
Do you want to kill an island?
We also are about to crash on a giant wandering island in about 2 minutes.
Seems almost like she's not behaving like herself right now. Let's say this.
I
doesn't
didn't say
seem
the
to
I
jump-
didn't say the time in it. I didn't say the time in it in
You were
in
just
character.
estimating.
Yeah.
My
Oh.
character is she's just kind of not responding.
Mm-hmm.
I am sorry. I am sorry.
She's
You
having a
can blame-
PTSD attack effectively.
You can blame Joe.
It's my fault.
Blame
I'm the
she
problem.
wonders.
It's
okay.
me.
Okay. Jimmy, go. Homina.
I am so sorry, Jimmy.
Elvina, if you're ready, come upstairs. Otherwise, I understand. You're a good dragon. And Art bucks it up the stairs.
She hears that, and inside her room, you hear another loud crash.
Be
I would
safe.
just like to ask, what is the status of the scroll?
The scroll is left untouched on the table. She is right now throwing stuff in her room.
Understood. So,
So it's just unfurled, resting there.
you're fine. The captain goes up to Ozzy. Do you have anything that would be able to assist our ship in moving faster?
Wait, does it?
Hey Karma, I just got an idea.
Mm,
So, the spell Zephyr Strike, right? Normally, it has a range of self, and it does increase your speed. Is it theoretically possible for him to attempt to shift how he is using the magic and calling upon the nature to attempt to make his self apply to the? I'm made of wood. Can I try to make that apply to the ship as well?
what are you casting?
Zephyr Strike. Could that be possible?
Oh my god.
Not by yourself.
That makes sense. Cool. Down the rigging.
Would Art have crashed out of the door upstairs at this point?
Yes.
Probably.
So yeah, no, Art just bursts through the door, now holding this very nice looking cane sword.
Yep.
Because he didn't collapse it. So it's just a sword cane.
I assume at the same time that Rich gets down the rigging back to the crew.
Yes.
All right.
Did you see what I sent you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's spooky.
Oh, they had to step away for that laugh.
Oh boy, I feel like my good dragon line might have done something.
It did a lot. That shit doing numbers, but we don't have time to worry about that. So as Richard walks up, is there anything Earth saying? Just check. Because you did beat me there.
Do it again.
Hold on, I just gotta. Oh, that's not important.
Okay.
Hold on, I am being called away for a moment.
Okay then, fair enough.
I apologize, but yeah, Art pretty much just comes up the stairs, going, something's wrong with Wilhelmina. We're down the dragon.
We'll
I found
figure it out.
Look at this cool sword I found.
Head of the way, we're on a ship. We'll make do. Fair enough.
So, Richard, what the hell did you even see?
All right, we're dealing with some sort of pirates. The captain should already be aware, but they're piloting the fucking ship. Or ship. Island! Okay.
Interesting.
Tidal waves are
long, 10
fucking
feet
gamble.
wide, 10 feet tall. Spreads out all directions. Ooh.
So, does Ozzy just pull out, like, you know, his spell book and look at the spell of Tidal Wave?
I'm thinking.
I don't think hitting them with it, considering it's an entire Leviathan, is going to do much, I'll be honest.
Tidal wave the ship away from. You know what? I'll allow it. But due to the nature of tidal wave, there is the risk of causing the ship to capsize. Just like any ship caught in a tidal wave.
Ozzy, do you have a spell for the situation? Fucking tidal wave, oh god.
Oh my god. Joe.
I want to hug the dragon board.
Hug them when we're not dead.
That's out of character of me.
I
wanting to
know.
hug him.
I know. That's not Richard speaking, that's viral.
I was a little worried about OOC, so I was like, I gave Oogie a little bit of an OOC nod of what exactly happened, so it makes a little bit more sense. And as soon as I explained it, it just fucking clicked for them, and I'm loving it. Perfect role playing.
The captain looks at you and she nods on her. She like worries her bottom lip for a bit as she thinks. Prepare the spell just in case. How long will it take you to cast?
Okay. Well, if you can do it in an instant, that's good. So I might have an idea that'll help make the ship faster, but it's something I've never done before, and it's something I'm not even know if I could do. There's a spell that I have that increases my speed and makes it so that I move like the fucking wind, Zephyr Strike. And I want it's possible to, I'm thinking maybe try to apply it to the ship, but I don't figure out something I can do alone. So we'd kind of be working on the fly if anyone has any ideas. Let's work on it now.
Oh, let's actually find that out really quick.
We're going to ignore the fact that technically what I'm describing is making an entirely new spell, but that's besides the point.
Okay.
Vortex warping the ship, though. We have a few minutes.
All right. Where did that D20 go? I need to check on something. Nope, not that one.
Oh, I've not putting everything into this then. Yeah. Either way.
What's that? Multiple spell slots and gold? Oh, wait, no, he's not here. Damn.
Yeah, sadly. I am also willing to put multiple spell slots and gold into this, though. Or whatever fucking resources I need to. Maybe blood.
So, I haven't heard anything from our bird recently. Hey,
I
bird.
was AFK until relatively 1 minute ago because
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
So-
back. We're dealing with pirates.
Well, you're dealing with a giant island monster that's being steered by pirates.
Oh,
And unfortunately, the ship is right in its path.
that's unfortunate.
So, is there anything Bip would like to try? Or is there anything Bip would like to do?
no.
Damn, not
Nothing?
even pray, huh?
No, praying is definitely something. I will be praying. It's like, oh, praying's great. Praying keeps me not go freaking out over giant land monster. Scary. And pirates. We love pirates here.
Would you like to not be pipped? Thank you. All right, cool. So, in order, right? Gonna start with Ozzy. Ozzy, you feel like doing it to the ship with the spell as it is would not work due to the nature of Vortex Warp, where it can target a creature. But the willingness to upcast it in order to try to make it happen seems to be the right direction to go. It's just that something seems to be missing from the equation in order to make it work. Richard,
Yes.
wanting to somehow trick the spell into believing the ship is you should not be possible. But,
The fact there's even a but to this.
but, you are heavily tied to the improbable and the whims of nature.
Okay.
You might need to reach out to a higher power in some way, shape, or form, but it
Yes.
might. Oh, good. I don't have to lay it down any further.
Nice. So yeah, by ourselves, neither of us could.
Feel free to make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
I will give you advantage on this because you're mathing it.
By ourselves, neither of us could. You can't because it's not something alive. I'm trying to make it part of me, theoretically. Okay. And what it takes is something more than that.
Well,
Oh,
Oh shit!
pop off, I guess.
So, Ozzy, with the direction that Richard seems to be speaking aloud, if Richard could somehow make the ship a part of them, they would technically count as a creature in terms of the spell.
You won with the ship.
So, I imagine that there's a part of the deck that is able to properly see the entire area, sort of near the after the ship, I assume, that is out of the way of anyone moving around while still being able to probably maneuver ourselves. Right, Karma?
You know, you'd probably be best doing it from the prow of the ship.
That's
which
true,
is-
actually, on the bow. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think standing there where there is no one else, while Ozzy and Richard get to work, and if any of our other spellcasters would like to assist in the process, however they can, please feel free to do so. Richard's going to voice that as
Pip is praying.
yes, that's fine.
I'm being a good little cleric praying.
All right. So I will say, Richard,
I
the
need
sword is
to do
vibrating.
quite a bit of calling out. Yes, it is, and Richard is going to pull it out, and I assume it is effectively, as I'm beginning to attempt all this, BB giving me a call.
Basically, yes. It's less a call and more you feel like you have their support.
Wonderful. In that case, I am. I'm made of wood, right?
Yes.
Then effectively, what I'm going to ask BB to help
Yes.
do.
Yes, it will, Silo.
is as I place my hand on the bow of the ship and attempt to call the power of nature around me, attempt to bring effectively casting entangle from my hand and bring roots out to attempt to link to the ship so that I can link to it and make it a part of me.
All right. I'll let you do that. That's going to take an action.
Of course.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
are you doing anything?
My headspace just went out the fucking window during that whole time.
Understood. I'm
What did
come
I
back
miss?
to you later. Art.
What did I miss so that I can make a somewhat informed decision?
Richard is trying to make the ship a part of him so that it can be affected by a spell that Ozzy is going to cast to get it out of the way.
Oh. What can
Basically,
I do?
we're fucking around and finding out.
They require spell slots.
Oh, well, that's something I can do. How many?
That's you can stand alongside them and work with them on that. But
I
the
can
answer is
just give
going to
them
be
slots.
yes. The answer is going to be yes.
Yes, okay. I have the funny trait that lets me just give people my spell slots, so I'm gonna do that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do you have control water art?
I do not, no. I just give them a slot that they can use for whatever they want, but I do not have any
Understood.
water-based spells.
That'll do.
I have
So,
shape water.
Shape water.
Holmina's currently raging. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that Jimmy's listening to this worriedly outside of the door. So, they're hyper focused. Maya,
Maya doesn't.
you're not magic.
Yeah, she's just basically out the side of the boat, just ready if they actually do come close.
Standing at the ready in case the pirates actually come.
Yeah.
Understood.
In case they what?
Actually,
Bip is praying.
could we have Jimmy try again?
Say again?
Could we have
What?
Jimmy maybe try again? Maybe a persuasion?
Jimmy, would you like to persuade Holmina that they are a good that they need to help?
Oh god.
Persuade them to help.
There was never any
Please,
doubt
because
in
I
our
don't
mind
want to
that
be
you're a
dead
good
weight in
person.
this moment. I feel like I'm dead weight.
You're not dead
Okay.
weight. You're fine, but fair enough.
I don't think Laylock will like me today, so.
While this is going on, Richard is going to be saying something to
Oh.
Maya, so you were aware in the chat, 7.
13.
Holmina,
Mhm.
this might be a bad idea considering you are a warlock and a paladin, but what is your charisma saving throw?
The duality of man! The duality of man!
What the fuck?
Ah!
Can't have shit, Detroit!
Wow, I got a nat 1 and a nat 20 in the same roll.
Thank
That
God.
is the most
Jimmy.
shit I've ever seen.
This is just me like making minor assumptions based on your character. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just imagining Jimmy just like pounding at the door, calling out for Holmina. We need your help. That kind of just like crying out, maybe even
Holmina?
almost crying.
Oh, please!
Oh my god.
And
Part of the team! Please!
Part of the team. Oh my god.
and the words of
Ah!
Jimmy critically strike right through the
Ah!
Dragonborn's hearts.
Icy heart. The ice cold heart.
Oh, you,
You
do love
dare
her.
question the might of the mighty Jimmy?
Oh god. Joe, I need to message you something.
Please do.
I know we're in a fucking stupid ass situation at the moment, but
I am vibrating with excitement.
please. Please, just be ready in case shit goes down. Okay? Oh, Mina.
It seems dead silent in the other room. Little scratching at the table.
I'm sorry. Give me one moment.
One Mississippi.
No.
What happened? What Jimmy do?
I
What
don't
did
like the
Jimmy,
maniacal laugh in the background. That's
Apologies. I
Jimmy
had to
the
get that
last
out.
do?
time I heard Karma maniacally laugh like that, we overthrew a city-state.
Karma, were you laughing at what they're saying or what I'm saying in chat?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Oh,
The last time I heard Karma laugh like that, it was weirdly over text, and I still don't know what it means because we haven't gotten around to me opening that scimitar.
Fair enough.
Oh no.
As you can tell, Karma, I have fun with magic.
did Jimmy do a bad? Did Jimmy feel bad?
No.
I think I'm the one that did the bad.
No.
I don't think anyone did a bad
Okay,
inherently. They're just did
ladies
things that were
and
very
gentlemen,
interesting.
Oh
Uh-oh.
several things happen at the same time.
No.
Yes.
CeeLo, the answer is yes.
Oh.
Now then, Jimmy,
Mhm.
you hear a roar, not just the typical Holmina roar that you usually hear whenever she's angry or upset.
Mhm.
The few times that you've heard it, thanks to Sparky.
Yeah.
But a full-on dragon roar. Several dragons at the same time.
Olina?
What the fuck?
Everyone hears this. They hear 5 female draconic voices screaming, "Traitor! No!" before it gets wiped away and a pillar of light explodes from
What?
Holmina's room straight up, knocking Jimmy and the door back. From this pillar, 2 dragons are seen flying straight up. One of them looks like it's half bone. Beside him,
I
a
cannot believe I just
platinum
did this.
dragon rising up,
I cannot believe I just did this.
and the light spreads out throughout the entire ship. Bip, you feel a very familiar warmth surround you, and a familiar, friendly voice saying, "I hear you. You'll be safe."
Aw.
Daddy Bahamut heard you.
My dad heard me.
Daddy Bahamut heard you.
My dad answered the dad I'm scared pick me up call.
As this
Holy
happens,
shit!
as this happens, the roots from Entangle dig into the ship, Richard.
Yes.
And as you concentrate and this light suffuses through you, you can almost feel as if the ship is a part of you. Everyone running through it, doing everything that they can. And you almost feel like you can nudge things a bit. Some rigging that was out of place. Any parts of the ship you feel like you can actually shift and control and actually help the ship move.
Good.
For this point in time, you are considered not huge, gigantic? What's after
Gigantic.
huge? Gigantic.
Holy
thank you.
shit.
Oh.
Because you are the size of the ship. You are the ship.
Ozzy, it's done.
Ozzy, when Richard says that, is who'd we lose?
I don't
The
know.
guest listener.
Guest listener. Yeah.
Ozzy, as you hear Richard, you hear him all around you. But you are able to use all the magic that you have available to shift the ship. Thanks to art. Somehow suffusing you with more mana.
He just has one of your hands and is just shaking it furiously. That is how it works, is I have to shake hands. So I'm
If
just
you
shaking your
cast-
hand furiously.
If you cast Vortex Warp and Haste, you will get the ship out of the way. But you, Richard, and Art, and Bip will lose all of your spell slots.
We're fucking doing it.
Art, you will lose a quarter of your wealth.
Oh, a quarter of my wealth.
All your gold coins.
Why am I losing gold coins?
Because you're utilizing the specific magics of the merchant in order to help this along. And it needed just that little bit extra.
Gotcha, because I'm dumping all of them. All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna drop below 20. That's fine. I'll get it back. I'll just bludgeon somebody later.
You also got those gems.
Yes. And so,
They don't.
all of a
count as
sudden,
currency
just
as well.
anyone who has seen Star Wars will just suddenly get that feeling of a buildup. And then suddenly, the entire ship and everyone on it goes just flying across the water as it is shifted and warped. But the last thing that it does, that anyone hears, is the sound of a cannon firing and striking the creature. Because Zephyr Strike requires you to attack first before you get your movement buff viral.
No, it doesn't. Does it? Oh, it does.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
I didn't even realize I was able to cast it for strike in this case, but fair enough.
So I require you to roll a ranged attack.
All right then.
Unless you want to utilize a special ability of your bow.
Can a ship use the bow?
Technically.
Does that mean that it becomes a ballista technically because he's classified as gigantic?
That's you'll see. Do you use the special ability of your bow?
Yeah, can I also use sharpshooter with that?
So, what ends up happening is the bow on Richard's back, one of the feathers vanishes, and then you just suddenly see both the dragons suddenly grip onto something and pull, and it looks like they are tandem pulling a large bow before firing a huge shaft of light right at the island creature. You hear a deep bellowing roar coming from it, that kind of angry whale song that you get sometimes from certain monster movies. Before the ship goes zoom, getting pulled into a warp, and then being spat out hundreds of feet away from where you originally were, and then literally flying down the water.
How hard is this for me to control? I assume very.
You are not in control. You're going in a straight line.
Had a feeling. Is it together? Is it staying together well enough under my...
You feel like you're being torn apart.
Wonderful.
The ship wasn't made.
Can I lay on hands
move at this
myself to
speed.
keep it together?
You may.
Wonderful. I am expending all of that.
Wait, can I cast mending on him?
You can.
Cantrip. It's a cantrip.
You can.
Yeah, I'm casting mending on him.
And as you all zoom down the water, the twin dragons vanish. When the light fades, Jimmy, you're finally able to see. You look through the door, and standing still in a shaft of light is Holmina, looking straight up, tears flowing down her eyes. She looks different. Her eyes, originally an icy blue, glow gold. And her overall demeanor just seems different somehow, warmer.
She falls to the ground.
Lena! Jimmy instantly gets up from where she was knocked down and goes over to her.
Duke is still below deck.
Yep. Duke skitters
Duke
after you.
nearby?
Yeah, Duke skitters after you, and as it moves to Holmina's other side, spits out a health potion to basically break right on top of her.
Oh yeah, I forgot he ate that.
I forgot he ate that.
Mina?
She
Are
seems
you
to kind of slowly stir at the voice.
Oh, Mina!
Shit, Jimmy.
Are you okay? What? I...
I'm enjoying this so goddamn much right now. Like, holy
Jimmy,
shit.
roll perception for me. You don't see it.
She's too panicked.
She's too panicked. Okay, so heartwarming moment of a weakened Holmina.
She reaches a claw to the mask, places a hand to its side. I'm okay. Just give me a few moments. I'll be alright.
Jimmy does like put her hand on your claw and just shakes. Like she's slightly shaking in a sense of concern wise, and she's nodding. Like, "Oh,
Holmina,
okay."
you have 2 levels of exhaustion, and that's taking its toll on you. You
Yeah.
fall unconscious.
She falls out. Just out like a light.
Oh. Duke, get, if the others are actually hold on, Jimmy paces around the room slightly and stuff like that. Uh, Sparky,
Sparky here.
she's I let the guys know if it's coast and clear, because I don't know what the fuck happened up there, but Homina has passed out. A weird bright
Sparky
light.
starts gibbering on what happened. Something about dragons and a giant bow and Richard's a ship and
Sparky!
Shit.
Huh?
Homina has passed out.
Oh, that's bad. Right?
Oh, that's bad.
I don't know. There was a bright light that happened in her room, and she was glowing, and she collapsed.
I'll tell the others.
Yeah, please.
Sparky starts zooming. Looks like he's about to zoom all over the place. Then he just kind of blinks and looks down because he was still around Richard's neck. Holmina passed out.
Thanks.
I mean,
Yeah, what is your health pool looking like?
Whose?
Richard?
Mine.
Richard.
Yeah?
What's your health normally?
89.
Mm-hmm,
you have more health than I do.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm a tanky ranger.
You're at 9.
Okay then. I'm doing better than I expected. Is this after the mending and the 25 point of lay on hands? It does.
This is after the mending and after the lay on hands because the ship is still gradually breaking apart because it's still moving.
Art
Yep.
has also shouted to like the entire crew, if anyone knows mending, use it now.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, okay, because I do have mending.
Understood.
Mending.
I'm
Um,
basically trying to get a ritual cast of mending on this ship.
Sparky,
By the
if
way,
you can.
Richard,
Yeah.
you already know that Holmina's passed out because you can sense
She's
the big
in
gaping
me.
hole.
I'm
Yes.
very aware.
Yes.
That's a weird way of phrasing that.
Shut the fuck up.
The
So-
big gaping hole.
Richard, you have omnipresence of the and omnipotence in the ship.
Yes.
You know where everything and everyone is. You can also
Speaking
speak
of,
to them.
Jimmy is going to hear Richard's voice. Jimmy, you know mending, right?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay. How about cure wounds?
Yes.
Use
Use that on the ship.
Oh, okay. And funny enough, I have 1 free cure wounds a day on
Yes, you
top
do.
of her fucking.
You're also able to use your spell slots on it.
Yep.
You still have spell slots, unlike the rest of us.
Yep.
Yes.
So Jimmy's
Um,
gonna use the 1 freebie cure wounds to start off with, which is a level 1.
Okay. That'll work. Okay, so
Okay.
you are up to 21. That's cool,
And then-
CeeLo.
And then she had 2 slots because of the rest.
Mhm.
But and this time around she is actually what's my highest level in the sense of
You cast spells at third. Wait, let me double check. 8th level warlocks.
yeah.
8th level warlocks cast at 4th level, so you would be casting the spell at 4th level.
Okay, so she's gonna use a slot for 4th level cure wounds.
Sounds like a plan. Browser, please work. Thank you. No, I lost it.
That should be up to 51.
I accidentally closed it. There it is. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Good job. Okay, so Richard, you're feeling a lot healthier, but at the same time, you also feel that the ship is holding together better now. But
It
the
helps
ship.
that over time it's slowing down, I'd imagine.
So, how long does haste last?
I believe it lasts for 10 minutes. CeeLo, can you
Understood.
check that?
I can double check.
Do you need me another heal, Richard?
Moving through for now. I'll let you know if that changes.
Okay, because I still have 1 more slot on hand.
Good.
Haste lasts for up to a minute.
Okay, up to a minute. Has it been a minute?
I'm going to say yes. So the
Wonderful.
ship slows down to its normal movement, and thanks to all the healing, the sails haven't ripped.
Thank fuck.
In fact, they seem to be mending where they were starting to fray.
I love putting Fey energy into things. That's weird as fuck.
So Art's just like sprawled on the floor, trying to cast mending with as much of his person as he can. Just face down on the deck, just like. "Rrrr!"
Meanwhile, in in the room that Bip was in, they're basically doing the same thing.
Yeah. Alright.
So, as the ship slows down to its normal speed, the captain, very confused, just calls out to all hands. Damage check. Make sure everything's still going all right. We need to be able to put as much distance between that and us as possible.
Doing my best to maintain that.
Wait, is it alive, by the way? Like, how much damage did that hit deal?
You heard a loud.
It's a
angry roar.
Leviathan. Of course it's alive.
But it got hit by 2 gods.
with
It
a
got hit with a
Fey
powerful
ballista.
hit.
I'm not sure casting flying on me right now is a good idea, CeeLo, but I appreciate the thought.
No, wait. He might
Let
be
him
on
cook.
something.
Let him
Might be
cook.
You can. If you want to, go ahead. But let me explain everything first. So, everyone checks, and you feel them running around, and you even like point them out to areas that are weakened through some means. Either you appear in front of them and go, that right there looks like is about to break, or you somehow reveal it by things shifting out of the way. Right?
A bit of light appears in each area that is
Yes.
damaged.
Basically. You're the ship's AI.
I am
are
the ship's
Jarvis.
Cortana currently.
But as this is happening, someone uses the crow's nest in order to look out. The wandering island isn't moving.
It's not following us anymore.
After a hit like that, no.
Good, I think. I hope.
In fact, you even see smoke rising from it, from the strike having hit something and possibly caused it to combust. Not exactly too sure, but
I
it's
will admit,
not
I did not
moving
expect
as
this.
you can see.
So the
I will
island
admit, I did
probably
not
didn't
expect this.
die, but the people on the island definitely did.
You're too far away to notice any great movement or anything, but the one thing that you do notice is that the mast that was holding the flag was destroyed.
That was what I was hoping to aim at.
So, Ozzy, would you like to cast Fly? Understood.
Okay.
Does he
You
have
don't
a
have to
slot
deal
for
with
that?
water
He
resistance.
has Arcane Recovery, which allows him to recover a certain number of spell slots.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
putting everything into this escape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, how long does Fly last?
I think that one lasts
Please
for an
post
hour.
the spell.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
During this whole time, Jimmy is just still staying by Helmina.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She seems completely still.
Okay,
There's
I will.
There's a warmth coming to her cheeks. Like she is actually starting to feel not as cold as before.
Does the
She also
ship
looks like
seem
she's
to be in-
breathing.
Does the ship
I
seem
can
to be
post.
in decent
Here's
repair?
the spell because I also have Fly.
Oh, cool.
10 minutes. Okay.
Excellent.
Is the ship in a state of repair now where perpetual mending is no longer required?
Yes.
Okay, then Art's just gonna stop, and he's gonna roll over, sit up, catch his metaphorical breath for a moment. It looks like he's breathing heavily, but he doesn't have the ability to breathe.
Oh, I will say, the hole above Holmina looked like it actually closed on its own.
That must have felt weird for me.
Repaired it. Then after catching his breath for a minute, he's gonna go, "Shit, where's Duke?" and book it back down below deck.
Helmina's room.
Alright. So, Ozzy, you find a place to concentrate on this spell, to focus on it, because affecting such a large creature is awkward. But the ship rises up out of the water and just starts flying in a direction.
Considering that I can control where I'm flying, I assume, right?
Yes.
I am going to ask the captain to point me in the most direct path towards, Ard...
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter, yeah.
Oh, that's so...
I'm not going to be high. That way they won't be able to see much, but...
She rushes over to her quarters, double checks her charts, tries to figure out where the fuck they are. Okay. We need to go do... northwest of here. We got a little turned around in the warp.
Okay. I assume it's not hard for Richard to figure out the direction, or
She
has a compass.
points in the direction thanks to her compass.
Good.
And you're able to adjust yourself accordingly.
Wonderful. Richard is keeping relatively low over the water so that when they run out, they don't flop down, but just enough out of the water that they are getting 0 drag. From
Understood.
Yeah.
I will say that while you are like this, you have gained 2 points of exhaustion.
Of course I have.
That's reasonable, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing at this point Art would join in on seeing Duke and Jimmy by Helmina, who's passed on the floor. Right?
Yeah, Carva.
Yeah. That's fine.
I've made it in. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Art comes crashing down the stairs. It sounds like if there was a door to kick in, it would have been kicked in.
It's already knocked down.
Yeah,
it's already knocked
that's
down.
what I'm saying. If there was a
Yeah.
door to kick in, it would have been. As he comes stumbling in through, and hold on, just give me a second. Eat shit promptly.
You go over to the doorway, expecting a door to be there. You kick, realizing that the door isn't there, and you accidentally flop forward and do the splits.
Yep, and everybody just hears shit, bingo, as he just onto the ground.
Unfortunate, no awakening. She's still unconscious.
And with his clumsiness now out of the way, as he sees that Duke is okay and Jimmy is okay and Helmina
Oh my God,
is
give it that one.
the wrong color. What?
Well, she's like a little brighter, but she's the same color, but she's a little brighter.
Wait, are your
I
eyes open
will
or closed
say
right now?
that while
Yeah, her eyes are closed.
while this is happening, Duke has been spitting out pillows and stuffed animals.
Where did you get those? Those weren't even there last time we took inventory. Where did those come from? Like, I'm glad you had them, but where did these come from?
Jimmy's trying her best to like adjust the pillows so homies can be comfortable enough on the floor because she can't fucking lift up the giant dragonborn. So she's kind of like.
Do you need a hand lifting up the dragonborn? I'm not exhausted. I should just be able to lift them.
Roll
Actually,
a perception for me.
Perception, my second worst thing.
None of them stop and ask for water breathing because they're too focused on the ship. Just letting you know, Ozzy.
My passive is 15, but I rolled a 10.
What's your passive again, Jimmy?
Mine's a 12.
Understood. Art, you're able to see it. A little away from where Holmina's collapsed, where a table used to be, you see scraps of burnt parchment paper and a broken icon of Tiamat.
It was a hybrid one, but the Tiamat part is broken.
Yeah.
So it's got Null's and Tiamat symbol on it, but just the Tiamat part is broken.
Instead, the null part of it seems to be combined with a symbol of Bahamut. Which is very familiar to you, considering your little bird friend has that same symbol.
This is a lot of God stuff that I'm too atheist to understand.
Can you help out with like Helmina in the sense of getting her comfy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. How much does Helmina weigh?
A lot.
How much is a lot? Because I have a passive carry weight of 400 and something pounds.
Well,
you can lift her.
Just her equipment alone is 165. I don't remember how much she is. Let me check. 350.
Yeah, so total 350. He can lift you.
It's a strain, but I can do it.
I mean, considering your minimum carry weight is 460, it's not a strain.
Oh, it is 460. I didn't remember exactly what it was. So okay, yeah, no, I just scoop the
So you-
dragon like
you
it
have
ain't shit.
barely enough.
I scoop the dragon like it ain't shit. And is there a? It's a ship, so it's all hammocks.
She's just
Where's the
swaying
nearest
and-
hammock?
Just lets out a sigh. Like,
Yeah, so poor Maya is kind of like curled up against the wall because they were yeeted against it when the entire thing worked.
Let's get her into like a bed or a hammock and get her.
Yep. Art walks over to the hammock that should be in the room, given that this is Helmina's quarters, sets Helmina in it, and then
Jimmy's picking up
along-
all the pillows and
along
stuff like
with
that.
Duke, I was gonna say, Art orders Duke to start pushing the pillows beneath the hammock,
Yeah.
and he does the same.
Jimmy's doing the same thing as well, but she's gonna put some of the like
You said there
comfier
were
pillow.
stuffed animals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there any stuffed dragons in the mix?
Oh my god.
There
Please.
is
You
a
are not.
there is one.
There's one. Okay, Art
It-
picks up that in specific and puts it in Helmina's arms.
It looks like a stuffed version of the Jabberwock.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm putting that in Helmina's arms.
I cannot believe what is happening right now.
Jimmy's gonna
Um,
put some of the pillows
I-
behind her head.
I'm being turned into Build-A-Bear, okay?
You're not being turned into Build-A-Bear. I'm just giving you a Build-A-Bear.
Same difference.
Welcome to Build a Helmina Workshop.
Build a Helmina workshop, yes!
But yeah, Jimmy's gonna try like, hey, Art, can you move her head slightly so I can put some of these pillows like underneath her head so she's a little bit more comfy?
I mean, the hammock tends to be more comfortable without pillows, but I'm
Really?
putting them beneath just in case you roll. Have you ever slept in a hammock?
Not really.
I mean, neither have I, but like laying in a hammock without a pillow is really comfortable.
That's why I was asking for the pillow.
I said without a pillow.
Oh, without the pillow. I thought
Without
you
the
said.
pillow. So I mean, think of it like just it cradles you. You don't need anything to hold up your head,
Okay,
just because the
I-
natural shape of the hammock holds your head up, anyways.
Would she would blankets be good, any good or
Blankets
anything
would be
like
good.
that?
Yes, blankets.
Okay.
Richard, considering you just saw how easily Art picked up Helmina, do you think you would call for his assistance with your snake friend?
Is it likely anyone else would be able to properly help her up?
Some of the crewmen look like they can try, but
Yeah. Art's probably the easiest to get, considering the rest of them are doing their job.
Mhm.
Trademark. So yeah, as you were all talking and finishing, getting Helmina all nice and comfy and with her pillows and stuffed animals.
As you look into the room, you just see Art give like a gentle pat on the top of the head, just like, you deserve this rest. I don't know what the hell you just did, but you deserve it.
She's gonna slap you when you wake up.
Oh, 100%. But I'm going to take what I can get.
Fair
What
enough.
do you need?
In the meantime, Maya has kind of been capsized top deck. Would you mind coming up to help her up? Art?
Yep, can do. Give me a couple seconds. Duke, don't
course.
eat anything.
Duke looks like he was about to eat one of the pillows.
I'm gonna stay in here
Okay,
with
you
Helmina
get
and make sure
one
she's
pillow.
okay.
Jimmy is in charge. Listen
Seems
to
to
Jimmy,
be
Duke.
muttering in her sleep slightly.
And,
It's like
and
barely audible.
hold on. Hold on. What were you saying?
Oh my god! That's a nat 20.
What were
Holy
you
shit!
saying?
Oh.
Tell me what you
It was
said.
literally just supposed to be nonsense. There was not actually supposed to be any meaning to it, but
Just mutter,
I-
peanut
I'll-
butter,
I'll-
mutter.
no. I'll send to what I'm thinking. I'll send it to you after show.
Okay. Also send it to Richard because he's omnipresent.
Fair enough.
This is fucking terrifying.
My nat 20 is Rich's passive. That's terrifying. Your-
Please
your
come to room
passive-
215 to assist Maya, please. Thank you.
Yeah, wait. Rich, what is your passive again?
21.
21. Okay, so my nat 20 is 4 points above your passive.
You know what that means?
I hate this.
His maximum is 31.
That's devastatingly
Okay, who's the
high.
third person I sent it to?
Me.
Aww.
That's
My
so-
heart. My
Art-
heart.
Art just trying to not fucking die from cuteness overload just covers his mouth like the
Alright.
soap opera face and just goes, "What a shocking twist," and
As
leaves.
As things are calming
What
down,
a shocking twist!
as things are calming down, I will call for a brief break because I need to use the bathroom and check on my laundry. So I'll be
Go
right
to
back.
the bathroom.
We will call this a 10-minute break.
10 minutes.
Alrighty.
I am so sorry for upstaging this a bit.
That's fucking.
Upstaging what?
You just used the might of 2 gods to shoot a ballista at an island.
You know, it wasn't my intention, but because
This-
of Jimmy's rolls and because of my nat 1, the only reason that I even did what I did was because I rolled nat 1. If it wasn't a nat 1, she was starting to question herself, but I rolled the nat 1 against Jimmy's persuasion and she just snapped and was like, "What am I doing?
Fuck this.
What am I doing?" She went, "What am I doing? Save them." And
Yeah.
of course, Tiamat wouldn't save them, so she's like, "Well, fuck you then. I'll go to the one that will."
Oh.
So she's a paladin of Bahamut now.
What? So I was right. What I said in out of character party talk was right. I knew it. I fucking
Literally,
knew it.
you were right from sheer luck of the draw.
I fucking
I was
lucked
just
out.
Sheer luck of the draw.
I was just like, if I think what just happened with the shout of traitor, followed immediately
By
by the
5-headed
theme-
dragon.
Yeah,
Dragon Mom is not happy.
I can imagine not.
Because technically she is one of her stronger champions.
And now she's not.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Jimmy, I somehow have the stupidest luck at times.
Oh,
But I
really?
stand by what I said, and in suggesting the change from Oathbreaker Paladin to Oathforger Paladin.
The thing is that she did have an oath. She just inherently she was an oathbreaker to Helm, but she had an oath to Tiamat as a
Now
result
you-
of that fallen oath to Helm.
Well,
That
you
was
broke
inherently what
another
happened.
one.
Yes, she broke another one,
Oh my god.
but this time doing the exact opposite of what broke the first. So basically, she broke
You come full
one
circle.
out of selfishness, and now she broke one out of selflessness because she was ready to.
My late night antics and conversations and all of that culminated into this.
Jimmy didn't help either.
Yeah, a mixture of things.
I called you a good dragon, and now you are aligned with Bahamut.
Well, now she literally is a good dragon. Her alignment swapped. Her alignment has been teetering from. She went from lawful evil to neutral, true neutral, to neutral good. So she is in the good
Holy
alignment right now.
Shit.
Holy shit. Meanwhile, Art is still full chaotic neutral.
Also, how did you feel about the
Actually, he's
plea?
probably chaotic good at this
The
point.
plea helped. It hurt my heart while I was having to. I was typing to fucking. I was typing to Joe in the background. I was like, "Oh my god, Jimmy, please! You're gonna hurt my heart even more. I don't need this right now. I need to fucking think."
Man. Art was
Uh.
because projectile word vomit is his way of coping with stress. It probably would have been something along the lines of, "Hey, you told me all this really good shit about how I function and how I'm a great assistance to the team, but I need someone to back me up, and you are probably the best fit for that. So please, for the love of the gods, get your ass out here." Which wouldn't have gone anywhere near as well, I suspect.
Just the "we are
Okay,
a
I'm back.
team" line. Just like, oh.
All right. So, a couple of things before we begin. After the spell wears off, the ship lands with general ease on the water.
Yeah.
Richard, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wonderful.
You're vibing as the ship. You might still need to be connected to it. You don't feel any need to disconnect.
Not yet. And especially given the fact that like I can still make sure that things are getting repaired properly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
yeah,
can
of
keep going
course.
for a little bit longer.
This is
You
an
can.
absolute win.
Take another point of exhaustion.
Yep, fair enough. Yeah, Richard will disconnect soon. Once he's absolutely certain. But for
Of
now
course,
he will
of
continue.
course.
Fuck. You're gonna have a rough time when this comes around. You've got 3 points of exhaustion or 4 right now?
3. Something to note is that Richard is currently basically sitting at the prow of the ship, the front.
Yeah.
And due to the way that he cast Entangle, his body is gradually kind of growing roots and connecting to the ship.
That sounds scary. That sounds like this might become permanent if not undone.
Am I aware of this, Karma?
You feel like everything's fine.
Okay, cool.
Like, who knows if another one of those things or some other large creature comes around, because these seas are supposed to be treacherous.
Yeah.
So, you know. How the hell did these sailors get by without someone connected to their ship in the first place? You'll never know.
Oh no.
How did that ship know where we were? Well, not ship, but still.
Smelled you.
Is Art going to help Maya?
Yeah, Art is on the way. Art
Art-
was on the way.
Yeah, so
At this
Art,
point, it would have been a bit after she got help.
yeah, at this point, Art would have helped Maya get back up to her upright position, since I can't really say help her on her
Whatever
feet.
that position might be. Well, snakes do have feet. They're just vestigial and non-functional.
Oh god, now I need to fucking think.
What?
It's gonna shift. It might shift my oath. I'm not sure. That's why I have to think now.
Well, your original oath was Oathbreaker, wasn't it?
It was Oathbreaker, but technically it was Oathbreaker from Helm, but the Oath of Vengeance
Gotcha.
in Tiamat's. So it's weird. So she's an Oathbreaker, but she had an oath still. So she's still an Oathbreaker, but she will be a different kind of Oathbreaker, I guess.
Let me find something.
I'll have to think on that one. That's gonna be really weird to figure out.
Where did I see that?
Are you eating something, CeeLo?
Oh shit, my microphone.
Microphone.
Sorry.
You're
You're
fine.
fine.
I just happened to catch that. Since I'm like,
I was
what the-
wondering what that sound was.
I'm actually kind of happy I called it in the sense of like eating wise.
I'll do some research into it later, Joe. For now, I think we should just focus on the game.
Let me know how that looks to you.
Oh, somebody sent me this earlier today in another D&D group. This exact fucking sheet. Oh,
Huh.
Motherfucker.
Mm, it seemed like it would fit.
It would. I'm just not sure.
You're fine. It was just a suggestion.
Yeah.
You can think on it
appreciate
later.
Yeah.
In any case, so long as everyone's cool to continue.
Yeah.
Um, Eventually, folks, things have calmed down enough that people are off to rest. Enough of the day has passed in all of the excitement. Um, Give me another wisdom saving throw.
He did say he would be right back, so I don't know if
Okay.
he's...
Got you. So I will wait for him to come back before we continue.
Okay.
Ozzy's exhausted. He needs to go back to sleep.
Did I take a point of exhaustion? I did, but I'm
You did not. Your sacrifice was monetary.
Jimmy, I hope you're recording this. I really hope you're recording.
One of us is, but it's not Jimmy.
I'm
Oh,
not,
thank-
but Maya is.
Oh, thank God.
Maya, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Stan Maya.
I want this. I want this session. Like, I want this session.
Wait, what?
I wish I knew how to animate so that I could animate that shit. Like, oh
Now,
my
you have
God.
all of you need to understand. Everyone had such great ideas, but by themselves it wouldn't have worked. But
Welcome to a party.
everything came together that I'm like, cool. Originally, Ozzy and Richard were gonna be able to pull it off with a little help from Art, just by themselves. And then a certain someone asks me a question.
Oh.
Like, hey.
What would happen if she rescinded her service to Tiamat? And what
Yeah.
if Bahamut took her as a paladin? I'm just looking at that because this is after Jimmy made the roll and then Holmina nat one.
I mean, it made sense with the note from earlier of thank you for looking after one of mine.
Yeah.
Like the foreshadowing was there.
Well, the thing is that was one of the reasons. The major reason that it caught. Like, I'll send this because now it's kind of prevalent.
I will read it out loud.
I'll also post it in OOC Party.
The letter Holmina got from Tiamat. To my dearest paladin, I am worried that you have forgotten your oaths. You act in ways that are reminiscent of your old self. Do not forget the one who betrayed you. You sought my power. Working with this group will serve a means to an end that serves my own goals. But never forget that they are, in the end, expendable. Become strong and overpower those who stand in your way, no matter what. Tiamat's a bitch.
Tiamat is a bitch.
Tiamat is a bitch. And
Tiamat is
ultimately,
5 bitches in one.
To be fair, that is the entire reason why my character huddled up in the room and was like, "Go away! I won't help you with this," because she was like, "I didn't even realize I've come to care about them." Less so as objects, because that was how she justified it originally, was they are objects to me, they are my people,
I
like,
own them
possessively. And it started to shift over time as they all kind of came to know each other, and eventually she started caring, which is ultimately the exact opposite of Tiamat's beliefs. Tiamat is the dragon of greed and power, and she started taking more on the role of Bahamut's tendencies. So, like, that line was drawn, and she started to teeter over that line, and Tiamat made a comment on it, and so she huddled, she sheltered. Then the persuasion roll and the failed resistance.
Tiamat shouldn't
In
have said
my own roll type, a natural one in my best roll type, it was like, okay, she is
So-
having a revelation.
So
In
And
I
the
will
Jimmy is
say,
not helping.
oh no, Jimmy helped. That's the thing.
Jimmy
Jimmy and
inherently
Bip.
saved her from her own darkness, is what just happened.
Oh my
So,
god.
I will say
that
one
again?
of the first things that when we first started, and she proposed reusing this character from another campaign.
Mhm.
When I told her the other people that were in it, when she heard of Bip, she's like, "Oh, Bip could be Homina's means of like becoming good again because
Mhm.
Bip serves Bahamut."
Mm-hmm.
I love how everything kind of goes full circle.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
none of us had any idea what we were doing going into this, and it just kind of worked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
It worked
love
out.
how everything worked out.
We have the overconfident Aether board that's just like, yeah, no, despite my overconfidence, I still respect the strengths of others.
All right.
We've got
So,
the bird.
is Bip still here?
They're
Hello?
muted.
Okay.
I hope
Hi-yo.
Hello?
Nope.
We can hear
Good
you.
to hear.
I was trying to let you know Richard's back.
Hey,
am.
Richard.
Hello.
So, let's continue. Richard, wisdom
Yes.
save.
Okay. And just to check, does it feel like I'm able to move at the max speed of the ship right now properly?
You are able to manipulate the ship in such a way that it is moving at peak efficiency and it is moving at its highest speed.
Okay then.
I don't like the silence.
And
Do I give you advantage or not? This is the hard part. Nothing's really
Considering-
happening.
considering the fact that I am at 3 levels of exhaustion, I wouldn't.
Let me double check what exhaustion does for you.
Oh, it's fucking.
I'm at disadvantage right now.
Let's see.
The third level of the second level of of exhaustion is my speed is halved.
Disadvantage on all rolls and saving throw. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
So you're still worried. Nothing has been seen. The seas are relatively calm, but you're still moving as fast as you can at the highest speed that you can. The ship is moving great. You don't feel like moving yourself because you are moving yourself. You are the ship. You have to get everyone to safety.
Does
Another
Rich
point of
require
exhaustion.
food?
Dude, don't wait. What?
Oh,
Another point of
uh-oh.
exhaustion.
Uh-oh.
Someone was saying something before I note that down.
I said,
Who
do
was
you
spe-
require food?
He does
Am
eat,
I hungry? I do eat. Yes.
but you don't have any concern of your
Can I feel
original
how
body.
tired I am?
Can you? That is important.
Yes.
You are a man on a mission. You
That I am.
understand
that I
that
have
physically
always been.
you are tired. But you don't want another near miss.
Captain,
Addition.
sorry to scare you.
Are you going to keep doing that?
I don't know. Do you think there's any risk as it stands, given how much room we've made? I can't even see them on the horizon anymore.
We should be fine. There's only one wandering isle.
Yeah, they did freeze. Okay. I'll leave it to the work for now. Apologies to startle you.
Of course.
And
we
apologies for commandeering your boat like that.
We can take over. You don't have to anymore. Thank you.
Silence is deafening.
Oh right, I'm not. Oh wait, no, never mind. Ignore me. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay. As she says that, it's
Wait, what
like
state am I in?
a weight has been lifted. The captain of the ship has relieved you of duty. So, all of the routes that you have set down start withdrawing. And the moment you start pulling yourself back into your body, that weight of exhaustion hits you like a truck. All the aches, the pains, the mental and physical exhaustion that you were somehow able to ignore because you were part of a greater whole, you cannot anymore. And as you come back into yourself, you fall unconscious.
Yep. And so all those on the top deck see is Richard slowly pulling himself like the fucking what is it? I forget what anime it is, but pulling himself out of all of the vines forcefully, clutching at something on his shoulder and then just falling backwards.
It's basically like someone pulling themselves out of the Titan body.
Yeah,
From
Yeah.
Attack
it's
on
like that.
Titan.
Yes, it's like that.
So Art was walking with a ungodly amount of food to bring to Rich because Art remembered that he needs to eat. Eating is important for people who eat. I know that much. So I'm gonna bring him food. And as he's approaching with the food, he just sees him just collapse. And when Art or not when Rich hits the ground, so too does the platter of food.
Okay. A lot of things are hitting the ground today.
Because Art just drops that shit and just without thinking picks him up and carries him back below deck.
Fun fact, by the way, when I heard like these, it was like, yeah, that'd be the first person to get in contact with to make sure that things are okay. The person that sails the most. And the roll for that was a 23 and a 25.
Whoa.
Yeah, the DC for that was a flat 20.
Had a feeling. I assumed that if I'd kept going, I would have just died flat out.
If you
Yeah,
kept going, you would have become one with the ship permanently.
That's
Yep.
what I thought was happening. That's why I was like, oh god.
Because unfortunately, that's what happens when you try to infuse your will into something larger than yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
On the upside, you have a greater understanding, almost intimate, of how ships are run.
Yeah.
I wonder
Did Rich
why
just gain
it's
sailing
intimate.
proficiency?
Say that again? Oh, yeah. You now have proficiency with water vehicles.
Let's go! You and I both know how to sail boats now.
Just in slightly different ways.
Because I have proficiency with all vehicles, because I'm a crackhead.
Pulmina, that last one would kill you.
Oh, would it?
Because you'd be basically giving yourself a Sparky.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was looking it over. I was like, huh, some of these are pretty cool. There's a lot of dragon subclasses for paladins.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
not
are you gonna get a
surprised.
familiar?
No, I'm looking over homebrew subclasses for paladins because there's not really a good dragon oath, unfortunately. So I'm just looking them over.
I'm surprised they didn't make one for the Dragon expansion.
Yeah, I could have sworn that they did, but I don't. To be fair, this character's from
Could be cool
before
if you made
then.
your own.
I could, but I'd have to okay it with Joe.
Well, that's a given.
That's something we can look into, I guess.
We shall consider.
Yeah. For now, I'll just keep it as vengeance.
What the fuck did we just pull off?
You avoided an entire ass dungeon.
Huh.
I'm kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie.
I am a little sad, but at the same time,
We have our own Mercury.
That was so
Or
cool.
sorry, not Mercury. What was it? What was it? Fucking metal that burns really bright. What's the
phosphorus?
metal? No.
Phosphorus.
The stadium at Strixhaven that the other group did.
Yes.
That was
We just
phosphorus.
Yep.
It was phosphorus. Okay, I thought it was magnesium. That's what it is. Magnesium.
Magnesium also
you're right,
does.
yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. We just pulled a fucking
Phosphorus,
magnesium
magnesium.
incident.
Yeah, we did.
We just fucking pulled a magnesium incident.
You did.
Oh?
I didn't expect this to happen with this character.
Ooh. I like this one. I like this one a lot.
I'm just kind of in shock. We just ultra killed an island.
Well, it's not dead.
It's
No,
not
Yeah.
dead.
The people on it are.
Which one? This lists a whole shit ton.
Oh, fuck, damn it. Let me send the right one. I apologize.
You're fine.
That channel divinity is a little too... Like, the favorite enemy is just the vengeance, but the other one is a little strong.
Interesting. I mean, you only get so many channel divinities, so
Yeah.
it's not too bad. The spells are interesting.
Yeah, it's got a mixture, which is why I like it, because it's not just... It gives a little bit more healing options, while also not taking away from typical paladin.
You know what? I
divergence.
like this one. If you go
I
with
do
this
too.
one, I'm not gonna say no.
I'm gonna look it over fully, but so far I like it.
I do enjoy it. All right, so night passes. You all are allowed
swap
to.
it for now.
You all are allowed to rest and recuperate.
Does that count as a long
Jimmy
rest or
is
short
kind of
rest?
staying in the same
Definitely a
room
long
as
rest.
Holmina. She is not leaving Holmina's
No.
side.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. No,
That's
Art
fine.
would have slept in, or well, meditated because he can't sleep in the same room.
So, those of you with exhaustion, let me just double check to make sure.
It takes off 1 per day, if I recall.
Reduces exhaustion level by 1. Yes.
Yep. 1 per day.
So, Holmina, you are down to
1.
level 1.
Yep.
Richard, you were at 4, I think. So you're down to 3.
Yep.
Again, as per usual, all spell slots are recovered. The only thing that hasn't recovered is Art's wallet, but still.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. the monies. Wilmina, you awaken from the best rest you've had in ages.
She actually got to sleep. She slept. Was I asleep? She seems almost completely baffled by this.
As she wakes up, she has a plushie in her hand, blankets, and underneath her is just a pile of...
She seems to have a smile as she looks to it. What is this? She seems to like pick up the plushie, just tilts her head a little awkwardly.
Are you
It
good?
squeaks as you squeeze the body.
Oh? Oh, okay then. She places it to the side, looks around her room.
Jimmy's probably still like slightly asleep in like a little,
Curled up.
yeah, curled up in like a blanket burrito on the floor with her head on a pillow because she did not want to leave that room the whole entire time.
She Homina has like a slight smile as she slowly starts to get up. She's still in her armor, so she's kind of just like, oh, what the? Do I see the symbol, by the way? I'm assuming I can.
You do.
It's still probably in the same spot.
Is Art in the
She's-
room?
Art has been meditating in the room, yes.
Yeah, I'm also in the room because Art's just like, huh, this is weird. I want to make sure everything's all right.
Be enough for him to kind of realize that Homina is stirring.
Oh, the sleeping
Like,
maiden
would it
awakes.
like kind of shock you into existence again?
Well, given that Art's form of meditation is just drawing, pretty much.
Oh my god.
He's still listening to the room.
Oh, fucking.
The mirror has been shifted into this room in order to keep you all company.
Everything hurts as usual. Oh. She stretches as she gets up, walks over to the symbol. How long have I been out?
About one
Hey,
night's
Mars.
worth,
Hi, Mars.
a little bit longer.
Hello.
That's so strange. She looks to the symbol and notices
Yeah,
that it
speaking
has
of
been overcome by
strange,
another.
You seem to have done a thing.
She goes silent before looking over to him. Yes, it was necessary. She kind of chuckled, looking to the paper. It's completely gone. She shakes her head. Where is Jimmy in terms of the room?
Jimmy was in the pile of pillows underneath you.
Underneath me. So she just looks around, sees Jimmy beneath the pile of pillows. She's like, if I had fallen, I would have crushed her. Why did you let her sleep beneath me?
You weren't gonna fall. That's not how physics works. You're in a hammock on a boat.
I haven't slept in years.
You're on a hammock on a boat. Good luck falling out of a hammock. That is a very difficult thing to do.
And if my armor caused the hammock to give way?
With the amount of mending we applied to this ship, I don't think anything is going to be breaking for the next decade.
Holy crap, Holmina laughed.
Oh, what? Are you okay? Do you need a healer? Do I need to go get Pip? That's not normal.
I am fine. I am fine.
You
I'm
laughed
feeling.
at one of my jokes. That's not normal.
Yes.
I heard a laugh
But
that
I'm
wasn't a
okay.
laugh I recognized. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so really quick,
Uh,
Mars, nice seeing you again.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'll give you a recap afterwards. We honestly, there's not much else to this session. I had this entire thing planned, and the party came together in an epic way to avoid it.
I'm kind of sad that we avoided it, though. I kind
sounds
of wish we
about
didn't.
right.
But This is
it
fine.
Be how it be.
yeah,
Dragon gods were involved.
I took this as a very
Oh.
different threat than I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
I mean,
straight
it
up just
was a
woke
big.
up.
It was a big.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
The Crimson Tide survived.
The Crimson Tide did survive. So, in all honesty, what I'm going to do, because all that seems to be left is basically campfire. I will ask if there's anything anyone wants to do, because the ship has clear sailing until Neverwinter. And according to the captain, that's going to be in a few days. Because that entire warp trick cut the trip a lot shorter than they expected. So if there's anything anyone wishes to do, have at it. I amusingly, I got nothing.
All I gotta say
I
is I
wanna
played the
talk to you
bagpipes.
about something, actually.
I am so sorry.
No, do not apologize.
No, this was the most badass shit I've ever done in a campaign. That was fucking
So,
sick.
Twig, to give you an idea, right?
You just good with Azura that bitch.
Other twig.
Sorry,
Mars.
Mars. To give you an
Hello.
idea of what happened, everyone was just like going about their business on the ship as it was sailing back to Neverwinter, and then suddenly, a large creature starts is basically seen heading straight towards the ship. And when I say large, I mean if it rammed right into the ship would be kindling. It was known as the Wandering Isle. Apparently, it was being controlled by pirates of some kind, but it was literally an island whale. In order to avoid having the ship destroyed and possibly having to deal with this entire whale creature and the pirates that were using it, everyone came together in different ways in order to move the ship out of the way, as well as to stop the island in its tracks. Viral's character, because they are a wooden amalgam, fused with the ship so that he and the ship could be considered one creature, so that spells could affect him. Our resident wizard used every last spell slot that they had to vortex warp it out of the way.
Also, every last spell slot that I had.
Art added a few spell slots to that mix because of the unique method that merchants have. While this was happening, Holmina was having a crisis of faith because 3 different dragon gods send her a message in a lunchbox.
I still can't believe that happened.
Blame she who wanders.
I blame her for a lot of shit right now, okay?
Thank you, she who wanders! Thank you! But because of that crisis of faith and Jimmy basically calling out in a heartfelt manner, and Olmina critically failed a saving throw against it with her best stat. Like it was a thing.
It was my best stat. I got a nat 1. It was literally just.
Oh no!
It was one of those kinds of situations. It was too perfect to ignore.
She basically went, okay, fuck Tiamat. I'm gonna go work with Bahamut now.
I'm gonna save
be
my
a
family.
cool kid.
I'm gonna save my family. That is
Because
literally what
the
happened.
adventuring group is her family. And so the moment she did this, and because our little bird friend is a cleric who was praying for bad things not to happen.
I don't know, Dad, I'm scared. Pick me up.
Pick me up! Pick me up!
Divine intervention happened in order to not only make this entire weird thing that everybody else was doing work, but the dragons were like, you know what, fuck this shit, and blasted the island.
Well, yeah, Tiamat was not there, but the two
Tiamat was there
others
for a few seconds.
Yeah, just screaming traitor at me.
Yeah.
Traitor!
And because of that, the island was stopped in its tracks. A lot of the pirates that were piloting it were killed, and the ship was shifted so far away that it couldn't chase after it, even if it wasn't injured.
They're gonna want revenge later.
Possibly.
damn.
Probably, if
Possibly.
anybody survived.
I was about to say that's if anyone survived. I don't think anyone survived.
Oh, I mean, they might have. You don't know. You honestly didn't even really see the pirates that were like piloting the bloody thing. But you did get away through multiple different usages of spells while Richard was connected, which I find hilarious. But yeah, that's what you missed this session.
God damn.
Yeah, we had a session. Traitor.
And Helmina kind of passed out for a little bit, but like, Jimmy kind of like decided to stay by Helmina.
Now, like, I do want to have a little bit of RP with this because I feel like this is a good opportunity to RP this out.
Of course. So what I'm going to do is I open this up for Campfire. You may RP in the voice, you may RP in text. But I honestly have nothing else planned for this session. So
I have something I need to ask you about before I start talking about it.
okay.
And I
So-
shot you the starting DM.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I will make myself available in general for those who don't want to do RP and need to talk to me about stuff. But great session, everyone. Mars, don't feel bad about it.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll be able to get in time for
I
next
will
session.
try.
Is it too early for you, or?
Oh, I was fine when I started, because it started at 1 for me, but it now starts at 12 for me, and that's when I wake up and go back to sleep. Because I'm too tired.
Back to sleep.
Yeah.
Mountains time?
Right now, I'm in Arizona time, so it switches. I'm at PST
Gotcha.
right now.
Arizona's always weird.
Yeah, I'm at PST right now. I was MST when I started. But I'm trying.
I get Revivify at 9th level with this new paladin. Nice.
Nice, but I am trying to stay awake at 12 when I wake up. It just doesn't always work.
That's fair.
The question is, what part of the oath will I be taking? Oh, it's all these are just tenets, so it's all of them. Good to know.
It's all of them.
So that means I'm good to end the recording then, yeah?
Yep.
Alright.
You are fine. Thank you very much for recording.